they are celebrating 35 years. And so joining me on set to talk more about this is the president of South Trinidad K9 Club, Mr. Clifford Manchoon. Mr. Manchoon, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
Great. Happy to be here.
South Trinidad K9 Club, tell us about the organization.
Okay, so 35 years ago, the South Trinidad K9 Club was born.
Right.
And we had, in order for us to become affiliated with the Trinidad and Tobago Kennel Club, which is the governing body for dogs in Trinidad and Tobago, our test was to put on a championship dog show. So a championship dog show is where the dogs are awarded challenge certificates, and they must be awarded 3 challenge certificates under 3 different judges to be awarded the title champion.
Yeah, nice.
So it's been a long haul, 35 years ago,
Yes.
but we kept the game going. And with the relaxation of the COVID restrictions, we're now back on the scene.
Nice.
And this 35th anniversary celebration coincides with San Fernando City Month. So there's a lot of activities in San Fernando on Sunday. I think they have a big car show, and then our dog show is one of the activities to highlight this 35 years of anniversary.
Now, what would you usually see at the dog show? Because, I mean, sometimes we see it is that you run with the dog, you show them a few tricks, or they show it a few tricks, you feed them snacks. I mean, what can we expect?
Okay, so this kind of dog show is unusual. It's not a championship dog show. It's what we call an open show plus an exhibition.
Yeah.
So we start off in the morning with some obedience, which we'll have a slight demonstration with the dog that we have here this morning. We do some obedience. We have about 6 dogs competing with the obedience routine. And then we go after lunch from 12 o'clock to what we call the confirmation type show, where the dogs would run around in the ring. The judge would examine the dog to see that the dog conforms to the desired structure, right? And then award either first, second, or third place.
Nice.
Exciting stuff, and some of that we will see exhibited in today's furry friend on set, as well as his handler, Mr. Roland Gajadhar. Good morning, Mr. Gajadhar. But we have Archie joining us on set, who is a 1-year-old or 1.5-year-old purebred German Shepherd. Good morning, Archie. Look to me. Hi, buddy. Now, Archie would have been trained formally for obedience primarily, or are we looking at security? What's
Obedience and protection.
Okay.
So this morning, all we'll be doing, we'll be demonstrating a slight obedience, some few obedience exercises.
Some basic stuff
Sit,
that
stay,
every dog owner might want to employ
that's
with their
right.
dogs. All right,
So
Archie.
since he's been trained for that, can we pet him? Can we touch him? Is he a regular dog, or he's only going to be doing specific
He's got
things?
the flu.
Right. Yes. Okay.
Well,
Interesting.
after the demonstration, I'll determine if I'm going to pet Archie. Because I have 3 of my own who, if they smell another dog on me, will probably go mad. And so let's get a little demonstration, if we will, of Archie's capabilities. Here we go. So the instruction here is to heel, which means he'll stay very close to you. Oh, we little fancy, we're going around. I like that he is attentive to the camera,
looking at himself.
but he's clear that he needs to sit.
Normally he will move it off later. First time in the environment.
Ah, television debut, Archie. So far, so good. He's like, wait, what's happening?
Come on.
Ah, boy. As interested as he is, very obedient.
Here.
Oh, okay. Some non-verbal instructions as well.
Yes.
And he's a pup, so he's curious, but he's very much attentive. So here now, when are you coming to train my dogs?
This is
All
interesting.
right, Archie.
So, Mr. Manchoon, do you partner with, like, let's say, the police service to train their dogs and stuff like that, or is it just like more for residents or corporate or that kind of
Private
thing?
citizens.
Okay, so we as a club, we have training sessions on a Saturday morning at 6 o'clock for private citizens. So we do the obedience training first, and you must have a certain level of control of your dog before you do protection work.
Correct.
You don't encourage this just bite work, right? You must have that level of protection. We don't work with the police service, but there are guys who work with us, who are involved with the police service. One of the, what we call a decoy, who would do the protection work with me, he is actually involved with the K9 section of the prison services. So it's a fantastic sport. I have been involved in it since I've been, what, 17 or 18 years, right? My original breed and my passion really is the Doberman. But right now, I have moved across to the German Shepherd, the working bloodlines of the German Shepherd. I mean, they're fantastic dogs to work with. Haven't gotten into the dog game in the showing, making up championship dogs. So on both sides.
Yes.
I'm involved in the working aspect of the dog, and I'm involved in the show aspect, right? So this show promises to be very exciting. Last minute, yesterday afternoon, one of a member of the Rottweiler Club, One House Moon Kennels, he decided to encourage people to come out to the show to donate a challenge trophy, because we're going to have a number of shows coming through in 2023.
Yes.
So we're hoping that we have a good turnout. We have dogs pre-registered, but we will still take in late entries up to Sunday morning once they come early. And we will. So the whole idea of this show is to get people involved.
Yeah.
You know, when we had our first show in 1987, we had an article in our catalog that childhood success is linked to owning pet ownership. I couldn't find the article, but when I Googled it, I saw on one write-up that it said 95% of CEOs across the U.S., when they talk to them about their success, they all were responsible for pets as children. You know, and I have the same example. My two girls, right? My first daughter was just about 9 months when we had our first show. Both of them very successful.
Yes.
The younger one, she was involved in actually training and handling dogs in the show ring. The older one was involved with me with planning and organizing the
Now,
dog
Mr.
show.
Manchoon, I do have a question. So we're hearing, because I'm hearing breeds such as German Shepherd, Rottweiler, Dobermans, Pit Bulls. These dogs obviously have a stigma attached to them.
Right.
We would have seen the recent incident with the child who got bit in Freeport recently.
Right.
How important is it for people to train their dogs to ensure that these unfortunate situations and circumstances do not happen?
And that is very, very important, dog training. Because you can have a dog as a pet at home, right? But if you don't put in that obedience and have that control, I mean, the dog could do anything. And it doesn't matter what breed.
Yes.
The problems with the pit bulls, most of the times I will say it's not the dog. It's irresponsible ownership.
Absolutely.
And sometimes it could be bad training also. So you need to have your dog trained properly. For this show, I mean, unfortunately, some of the pit bull guys were upset because I couldn't have them at the show. One is because we couldn't get insurance coverage, right, for pit bulls to be at the show.
Right.
And then the guys don't want to put on the muzzle to come into the show, because how come you have the other dogs without muzzles and you have pit bulls? And it's been... They've given me some banter over Facebook,
As they would.
but the game goes on. Now we're looking forward. This is the third show since the COVID restrictions have been lifted. The Rottweiler Club had their first championship show. The Trinidad and Tobago Kennel Club had a championship show, and we are doing this open show just for people to get the opportunity to bring out. First show of its kind, because we not only have dogs that are registered with the Trinidad and Tobago Kennel Club, but we have some unregistered dogs, and then we have the working trial, and another breed that is very, very popular, the bullies. And that's a whole section by itself. We're going to have the top bully for the day.
Yes.
I am thrilled that you continue to have these sorts of endeavors, one, and two, refer to it as sport. I think a lot of people don't consider the actual sport aspect of dog training and dog shows, and I hope that the dog show community comes out in their numbers. So to make sure that they do, tell us how we get tickets, if we want to register late, how do we contact you?
Okay, so you can just come on Sunday morning. We will be there from 9:30, so we can take any late entries. To register a dog to take part in the show is $100 per dog, and to come as a spectator, it's $40 entrance fee. Children under 12 are free, because we're there to promote it and have the children exposed to the dog. At the official start of the show at 12 o'clock, we'll also be having a demonstration of dog that is well trained. He will be doing the full routine, the obedience routine, and he will be doing the protection routine.
What breed is that dog, Mr. Manchoon?
A German Shepherd.
A German Shepherd as well.
German Shepherd.
And just going back to the training as well, I mean, what sort of cost people can expect to pay if it is they want to get their dog trained?
Okay, so with our club, we believe in training people to work with their dogs. So you come to our class and you're working with your dog. We don't charge, say, $3,000 or $4,000 for a program. We charge by the session.
Okay.
So we charge $200 a session, but you're working with your dog. So if you come today and you work out and you feel you need 2 or 3 weeks to practice what we teach you, right, you have that time. So you could come as often as you want.
Right.
Or if you feel with one session, you have sufficient or what you need to have control over your dog, that's okay.
Right.
So we are about promoting and promoting responsible dog ownership.
Yeah. And any breed of dogs you can
Any breed of dog.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
One last question. As a dog owner, with the case of Archie, who's just 1.5, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Is that in fact true? I have older dogs and they need training too.
So I am 67 years old. And I am still educating myself and I'm still learning new things. Similarly with the dogs,
All
right?
right, I like that.
The only difference is how we would start off a puppy at 8 or 9 weeks old, which would be a lot of play and a lot of motivation. When you're working with a dog that's 3 years old, it's a different system. You have to be a little more stern, you use a little different method. So you can train from any age. It just would be different methods that you will use.
I think that's a beautiful note to end on, simply because there are so many negative connotations around dogs right now, regardless of breeds. It's nice to have that reiterated, that you can in fact teach an old dog new tricks.
Yes.
And then of course that clubs like this exist that not just help us with the obedience and the safety, but of course the education and the responsible ownership.
Right.
Thank you so much for joining us this
Thank
morning.
you for having us here.
And thank you for coming, Archie. We're going to talk before the show ends. But you guys can get ready to head on to the Southland so that you can be a part of this fantastic dog show that is taking place. First of its kind, and reintegrating the dog society, so to speak,
That's right.
post-COVID, with a beautiful display of responsible ownership, guys. We head into South for the K9 Club, celebrating their 35th year of existence, as old as I am. And San Fernando continues to celebrate City Month. This is a beautiful culmination. So much diverse activities to
that's
do.
right.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Manchoon, before we go, just tell us about the event again, where it's taking place, contact numbers, and of course the cost of the event.
Okay, so it's, as I said, it's $40 admission, $100 to register a dog. It's at the Pleasantville Indoor Sports Complex in Pleasantville, San Fernando. And we start at 9:30 with the obedience part of the show. We're just about 6 or 7 dogs that's taking part in obedience. Official start would be at 12 o'clock, where we go into the full-fledged show.
Nice. And tell me what day it's taking place again.
Oh, it's Sunday the 27th. That's this Sunday.
This Sunday. All right. Well, Mr. Manchoon, of course, Roland, and Archie's admiring himself in the camera. Well, let me just thank all you all for joining us today. And of course, congratulations on making it to 35 years. And we will see you again maybe next year for another edition of this again. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Here on the Now Morning Show, we're going to take a break and be right back. We have that music TT Spotlight coming up, so stay tuned.
Like to call men